Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome. I am Dr. Tarini Puri, and on behalf of Voice of Healthcare, I am excited and honored to commence the second edition of National Diagnostic Forum and Awards. The overwhelming response received from our first conference fueled our determination to organize the second conference. Building on the success of the inaugural event, we are excited to announce that this edition promises to be grander and more impactful. The inaugural conference was a pivotal experience that highlighted the importance of recognizing the extraordinary contributions of our outstanding leaders. It brought to our attention the remarkable efforts of those who selflessly serve the community. In the light of this realization, we are thrilled to announce a first-of-a-kind initiative by Voice of Healthcare, the National Diagnostic Innovation and Excellence Awards. These awards aim to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our exceptional leaders who have demonstrated unwavering commitment to the diagnostic outcomes. We believe that this unique initiative will serve as a testament to their commendable efforts and inspire others to strive for excellence. Additionally, this forum has been meticulously crafted with a singular goal in mind: to provide a comprehensive platform for all stakeholders in the diagnostic industry to come together and deliberate on innovation, interdisciplinary and intra-industry partnerships, and also the policy landscape surrounding diagnostics. The event partners who have helped us put together this event today are: Exclusive Partner, Horiba India; Associate Partners, City X-ray and Scan Clinic; Links, Lawrence and Mayo; OnQuest Laboratories; Credent Logistics; Dr. B. Lal Clinical Laboratory; Redcliffe Labs; Krishna Diagnostics; Sierra Diagnostics; Haystack Analytics and D. Winter; LIS Partner, IT Dose; Supporting Partner, the Pathologists Association; Association of Physiologists and Pharmacologists of India; Academic Partner, NMIN's University; Knowledge Partner, Frost and Sullivan; Accreditation Partner, Quality and Accreditation Institute. Now moving on, the agenda for today is rich and varied, addressing crucial points that form the foundation of our collective mission, which is co-creating the next. Today's conference comprises of 5 panels that feature esteemed leaders from diagnostic industry. Now, let me provide you all with an overview of the panel topics scheduled for today. Today, we embark on a journey through the multifaceted landscape of medical diagnostics. We begin the forum by learning from leaders of the industry and examining how it not only steers the present, but also lays the foundation for the future. As we journey forward, we will explore the cutting-edge domain of smart solutions for tomorrow. Furthermore, our path will lead us to the frontier of infectious diseases and pathology best practices in the realm of testing frontiers. Finally, we will conclude our exploration by diagnosing the investment trends in the industry, followed by unraveling the advancements of radiology and digital pathology as they pave the way for groundbreaking innovations in the world of diagnostics. The next thing on our agenda would be the much-awaited award ceremony. Again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to everyone for their proactive participation. The nomination process commenced nearly a month ago, and I am delighted to announce that we have received an extraordinary response from the industry. After careful deliberation of all received nominations, our expert jury panel has shortlisted the recipients of the awards. The award ceremony shall take place in the second half of the day. I kindly request all attendees to remain until the award ceremony. I encourage each of you to actively participate, share your valuable insights, and establish connections that will play a crucial role in shaping the future of diagnostics. And with that, let the National Diagnostic Forum and Awards begin with the lamp lighting ceremony. Now, I'd like to request the following to step forward and light the lamp for our formal commencement of today's conference. I'd like to welcome Mr. Suresh Wazirani, Dr. Ravi Gaur, Dr. Naveen Nishchal, Dr. Avinash Pharke, Dr. Rajiv Gautam, Ms. Pinky Cheher, and Ms. Anu Mothuri. I request you all to please step forward. And I'd also like to welcome Dr. Sushil Shetty. I request you all to please step forward. Now, moving ahead with our day, to set the tone of the day, and without further ado, let us commence the inaugural session of the National Diagnostic Forum, co-creating the next. Allow me to welcome the speakers for today's inaugural panel. To share the welcome address, I'd like to call upon stage Ms. Pinky Cheher, who is the Deputy Director at Voice of Healthcare. Ma'am, I request you to join us on stage.
Hi, I welcome you all for VOH second edition of National Diagnostics Forum and Award. And it's an honor for me to be present with all of you who are the leaders and the visionaries from the diagnostic sector. So the theme of today's session, today's forum is co-creating the next. So the phrase itself is a very powerful frame, which is like the co-creating the next. And I request everybody who are present here to collaborate, to deliberate, and innovate in the diagnostic sector, and to use this platform as an opportunity so that we can actually come up with the diagnostics main solutions, and we can make healthcare more affordable and accessible to everybody who actually deserves the best care. So I'll not take much of the time, and with all of this, I'll again encourage everybody to use the opportunity to network and collaborate. And I thank you everybody to join us, the speakers, delegates, our partners, and the team behind the stage who has been helping us to put the forum together. And I just thank you again, and a very fruitful day to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your words, ma'am. Now, I'd like to call upon stage Dr. Ravi Gaur, Chairman, Medical Advisory Committee, Unipath Specialty Laboratory, Founder and Director, DRG Path Labs, to share his opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. And it's my pleasure and honor to be here at this forum, talking about the inauguration at the Voice of Healthcare National Diagnostics Summit. This is second of its own kind. I think I think last year also we met at the similar forum, and I think we had a lot of learnings here. And I think the way they have carried forward, and I'm sure the same activity, the same passion, and same knowledge gain and experience we'll have in this event also. The theme today is like co-creating the next, and I think that itself speaks a lot. Today marks a significant milestone as we embark on a journey together to co-create the next, a journey into future of diagnostics. I always believe that a man of science is blind without diagnostics. We have been, they have been working as a college time. I remember something about 35 years back. The teachers used to say, examine the patient, do a lot of history, and I think 80% diagnoses are met. But today it's the change, I think. It's the diagnostics which they say, okay, you examine, have history, everything. A lot of tests to be done, so you come out with a differential diagnosis, a precise diagnosis, right at the day one, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4. In any case, I think this is the ancient wisdom and the current and the new technologies together. We are trying to co-create the next, and that's the journey of diagnostics. This is something already was proven in the COVID time. In the COVID, we realized without diagnostics, nothing was moving. And that's where, although diagnostics has always been there, we came in the center stage. And that's today, in fact, that tempo is still maintained. And I'm sure we have our senior, the icons here, Dr. Sushil Shah, Dr. Fadke, and a lot of other people right here. And the innovators, can see some of the new people from Haystack and Rajiv and all, Vibhash, coming out of the new things. But they're all, I think, working toward the future. But I think the amalgamation, the journey together, probably sharing of wisdom will give us a lot of inputs. Diagnostic today stands as a linchpin, basically. It's like not only guiding the treatment, it's giving solutions, it's influencing outcomes. And that's something that means we have become almost like a center stage. We are just a pilot driving out everybody. I think all pathologists, all diagnostics, all scientists, all innovators, incubators deserve a lot of applause for that. Well done for that. Now today our laboratories are not just like a place of testing. That's something I remember visiting Sir Shah's lab long back. And that time it was like, they were also like, something, they've become something, the incubators of idea. That's exactly they were doing. And today, of course, all labs, or the bigger labs for that matter, are not just a place of testing, but incubators of idea, where new technologies, methodologies, and collaborations are flourishing. It's our responsibility to create an environment that encourages creativity and embark on the change. That's, I think, as a diagnostic provider, we all need to work very sincerely toward the direction. It's important to have strategic decisions, identify the right markets, right technology, allocate resources. I think, it's like it's a continuous journey. It's not or maybe it's not a like one-time kind of a destination. You have to keep moving on, and that's a necessity today. At the end, I'd like to just say two more things, nothing much, because we are all waiting to hear very, very senior leaders right here. Remember, we are turning a new page, P-A-G-E. That's what I'm trying to pay mean. P means is a personalization. That is, personalization and precision is a very become important part of pathology. A is advancement and accreditation. I think this is, again, a quality as a linchpin, we have to work on it. G is something which is genomics, the molecular genomics that is getting integrated into the system. We need to adopt that. E is excellence. Whatever we do, I think we have to do with the excellence in mind, because today it's not India, not only bigger cities, it's rural cities and global, they're all integrated together. So we are being watched, we are being assessed, and I think every sample, what I believe is, it's a life. So whatever we do, I think we're going to save a life. So let's be precise, be clear on what we're doing. With that, I'd like to thank you very much, and I think we have a long session. We have very important topics today. We have the leadership talk, we have talking about infections, which has now come back again. We have incubators, startups, even the fund management. Everything we'll be talking about, what is required in the diagnostic today. Again, I thank you everybody for being here, and it's my pleasure to spend time with all of you. And thank you so much, Voice of Health. I think the great work you're doing. Thank you so much. I'd like to actually now request Dr. Sushil Shah, who's amongst us. Thank you so much for being here, sir. He is the chairman and executive director of Metropolis. All of us are well aware. His contribution has been immense. In fact, two icons I can clearly say I've been following. One is Sushil Shah, and Dr. Avinash Phadke has been one of my mentors. I've had the privilege to work with him. I request Dr. Sushil Shah, please come to the stage and deliver his address. Thank you, sir. Please, sir.
Friends, ladies and gentlemen, I think that today's topic which I'm going to discuss about is the diagnostics, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Because I think that's the most relevant topic of today, and everybody's more than interested in knowing what exactly is going to be the way forward for this. Now, I remember in 70s and 80s, the laboratories used to be very primitive. The laboratories had only, even the best of the laboratories had only a colorimeter, a centrifuge, and a hot air oven, and an incubator, and a microscope, and a centrifuge. That's it. And the whole lab worked on that. There was no computerization. All the reports had to be typewritten. All the protocols for the tests had to be written down individually. So in other words, the chances of mistakes were galore. Every step you could make a mistake in that kind of a situation. So in those days, for anybody who could offer accurate and good reports consistently was considered to be a hallmark. That was something out of the way because it really required an effort. So in those days, differentiating between a good lab and not so good lab was very easy. Only the quality is what mattered. Nothing else mattered. So it was comparatively easy, but difficult to achieve. Not many could achieve this well, and that's why there was a distinction. Now, in those days, the laboratories were only single labs, which were run by the pathologists. Even the technician-run labs are not many those days, but mainly they're run by the pathologists. And these labs were standalone labs. Those days, there was not even a trend to have a collection center. It was just one lab at one place. And that is how it went by and large. So it was a very primitive practice, but it was based on 3 pillars. One was accuracy, as I just mentioned, which differentiated a good lab from the bad lab. And as I told you, the effort which required for accuracy in those days was probably 100 times more than what it takes today, believe it or not. Second was empathy. See, those days, the doctors, the pathologists, they used to work only for the care of the patients. There were no other factors which involved. The idea was ultimately to take care of the patients, give them a good report, give them in time, be nice to them, talk to them. That's why the trend started in those days. okay, the pathologist used to collect the blood sample for every patient. You'll say it's a waste of time. I say it's a waste of time. But the important thing was that brought in the empathy. Because when the doctor was collecting the blood, he was able to talk to the patient. He got 5-10 minutes to speak and talk to the patient without wasting time. And that took them a long way in developing a rapport and a bond with the patient. So I think it was a very important factor. And the third factor on which it was built was integrity. Those days, even the medical fraternity used to frown upon anybody giving any economic incentives or any kind of any malpractice, which you see rampant nowadays, which was absolutely taboo. And the medical fraternity used to blacklist the people who indulged into that. It was that clean. So that was the point in those years. Coming to today, I'm saying today means I'm talking from 1990 onwards or 1980 onwards. The accuracy has gone up dramatically because those days there was nothing to back them. Today you have got accreditations, you have got machines, automated systems, you have got interfacing, you have got computerization fully, you have got all kind of softwares to help you. There is accreditations, there is a laboratory training program for the technicians. So you have all the possible tools with you. So obviously the accuracy of all the labs have gone up. Now there is difference between lab to lab in terms of accuracy is not much because everybody has got access to these things. So now accuracy is not really, or quality, what we call so-called quality, is not a major factor. It used to be a major factor. It is not a major factor at all now. So differentiation is on a different grounds altogether. But the other two, that is empathy to the patients and integrity, I think both these have gone down compared to those days. But natural, because empathy went down because there is no personal touch with the patients. We have so many centers, we have so many labs. Nobody can go and travel at all the places and look after them. It's so impossible. The whole scale has gone much larger for that to be there. And integrity, of course, as we know, the competition has gone up so much. Now all the laboratories, even our own, we are a publicly listed company. So every 3 months, we are asked questions about the profitability of the lab. And everybody, and 3 months also quarterly, if the profits have gone down, you have hell to answer to. So, it's all now about profitability. So in that scenario, the integrity is also going to go down. So the point is that some ways we are winners and some ways we are losers. Now, in 1990, there was the emergence of the diagnostic chains, which was a phenomenon which was not there earlier at all. I think somewhere in 1990s that it started. And it started with 3 or 4 people who started this in 1990. And that has now picked up. It has definitely brought about better standardization. It has definitely improved the quality. It has also definitely improved the instrumentation and the service to the patient because you've got more standardized service everywhere. So one laboratory means I cannot say this laboratory is better and that is not better. Every laboratory has to have an equal standard. So that has gone up. But as I told you, with this, the personal touch has gone. There is no personal touch. It's totally impersonal now. Patient is not a patient. It's more of a commodity. Everybody considers that as a sample now, not as a patient. And that is where actually the patients have lost out on. There is also a whole advent of new tests, new technology. I remember in earlier years, the number of tests which were done by a laboratory were hardly 150 to 200 upper most, 200 tests. Today, we all offer 5,000 tests, 5,000 plus. So there's a huge difference in the scales and in terms of the patient care. And as I said, the proof of the pudding is in eating. This is clearly shown by the healthcare data. They say in 1947, when we got the independence, the mortality rate was 37%. Today, it is 73%, and is going up. They expect it to go in another 5 or 10 years to 80%. So there is a distinct change, and we can see the healthcare has gone up leaps and bounds. And I think diagnostics have also had a very, very big role to play in this. So I think a lot of things are for better. Everything is not for bad. Now coming to entry of this digital pathology now in last few years, which has come in. Now this has also changed the whole pathology scenario. Earlier, most of the laboratories were being run by the professionals, that is pathology professionals, either the doctors or the technicians, somebody, but it was run by the pathology professionals. Now the laboratories are not necessarily belonging to the professionals. These are now entrepreneurs who are running it. They may not be actually from the industry at all. and most of them are not from the industry. So the whole scenario has changed. Now when this has come and all these people have come into the industry, not for the patient care, they all come in with the idea of making profit, because everybody thought diagnostic industry, there is a big profit, and whole lot of people jumped in. It is not only the digital pathology players, even so many multinationals have jumped in now. And we hear all the names, and they also jumped in. And everybody thinks there is a big money to be made here. Unfortunately, it takes time for everybody to realize that there is no such money in this market. So I think soon it will go out. I remember a similar stage came in 1990s, when suddenly we found there were a whole lot of pharma companies and a whole lot of international players who came in the market. I remember Dr. Reddy's came into the market, Ranbaxy came, there were one or two others who came into the market for pathology lab. Then international players came in, specialty lab from California, and then came Gribbles from Australia, MDS from Germany, and then Quest from USA. All these are multinational chains which came into the market. But within 5 to 7 years, all of them disappeared. Today, none of these people are there in the market. Everybody is gone. Because after they came in, they realized that this market for their level is too small, the amount of effort required is much higher, and the returns are very poor. So they don't wait into that, they just get out of it, and they got out. I expect a similar thing to happen in this market also now. Okay, I think where the people are going to come in, they all started, but I think 90% of the new players who are coming in terms of multinationals and digital pathology players, I think 90% will disappear. I think maybe 10%, even less than that, will remain. Because this is what is a belief outside and what is a reality inside. There is a huge difference. No such thing is there which people think it's a market. You go in and make a quick money and come out of this. Now, the problem with this is, with this kind of a business which has come in, the bad thing which has happened is that this has led to cutthroat competition. And because whenever there's a cutthroat competition, when new people come in, the first thing they do is they drop the prices. In any industry, the new person to make a mark is dropping the prices. So today the prices have been dropped to such levels which are not viable. And that's why all of them are going in a loss. If you see the balance sheet of all the newcomers coming, everybody is in a huge loss. So now they are trying to cover up, increase the price, and make changes. So this is actually a problem. But is this problem going to remain permanently? I don't think so. Because I think the same thing what happened 20, 25 years back is going to happen again. I think most of these people, because nobody can remain in an unsustainable market. It's out of question. So all these people, I think soon when they realize that there is no money to be made here, they'll soon gradually get out of this. So I think we expect a lot of changes to come about. The third thing is the technology changes which have taken place in this decade. Tremendous. With the advent of genetics and molecular biology and metabolic disorders and all kind of new tests, new systems, new equipment which has come, I think it has made very, very, very rapid strides. And today, I feel that our market, Indian diagnostic market today, is on par with any market internationally. Because we compare the prices, I compare with the other people, and there is nothing lacking. We are doing the same. In fact, we actually get samples from many of the laboratories in USA, like Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic. We get the samples from there, which they are not doing the tests. So I think today we have grown quite ahead, and we should be quite proud of ourselves that we have really achieved to make a mark in the international market. But one thing which is there, this whole diagnostic market we started with the single pathologist's own laboratories, where they used to run, give personal care to the patients and run. I think this era is on the way out. I think today for an individual pathologist with running one lab to survive is very difficult. And I expect this whole era to end within another maybe 10 years, 15 years time. I don't think it's going to be sustainable for any new person to walk in, start one lab and continue with that and survive. Very difficult. Because today everything is about the scalability. Unless you have got a scalability, very difficult to survive. But is everything bad? No. One major thing which has come out good with this advent of these new players who have come into the market is the preventive healthcare. See, earlier, nobody paid any attention to preventive healthcare. Neither the pathologists, nor the patients, nor the clinicians. the word preventive healthcare hardly was, well, the word existed, but nobody practiced. It was never existed. Today, because of this publicity which all these players have done, with the marketing they have done, they've created an awareness. And because of this awareness, now there is a whole new segment which has opened up for the pathology market, for diagnostic market, which was not there earlier. And I think which is one plus factor which has come out. One big factor segment has opened out, which is going to be beneficial. And we all know the prevention is better than the cure. So preventive pathology test is an important factor. There is no doubt about it. And that is going to carry a long way for us. So I think in coming years, the market is going to be, the diagnostic industry space is going to be very exciting, but also very unsettling, because there are a whole lot of changes which are going to occur, which are going to be unforeseen. Like these digital players who came so many in numbers, we could have never envisaged this 10 years back. Nobody thought of it. Similarly, I think I expect a lot of new changes to come in another 10 to 20 years' time, which is going to unsettle the industry. But I think overall, industry should be better off and it should progress and do well. I think I would like to thank my talk here. I've already taken more time, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shah, for your insightful talk. I would like to request you to join us back on stage for felicitation. I'd like to invite Dr. Naveen Nishchal to felicitate Dr. Shah.